and I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like.
Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. The scene a few moments ago. Any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
44. There you go.
Here's Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Second and 5 now. Dalton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Dalton with a give here to Mixon.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. They'll run it here with Bernard. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, you only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Let's go. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
20, regular.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Jordan Evans in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Joseph on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
The kick by Joseph is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Dalton, and the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Switch. They go 368. Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
Check 26.
Now Joe Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
368.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. He's got it at the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku. His 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-3. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Switch. Kill.
Topper.
Switch. Check. Lucky. Check. Crunch.
Yeah, 5-6.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
180.
Go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
King.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm going back to you.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Joseph is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play down. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
They'll run with Chubb. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On second and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. He's going to get it running right. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mayfield going to take it on the sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Rolling to his right. It's caught by OBJ. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Nick Vigil in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Throwing. Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll go down at the 28. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Dalton, 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
He's coming. Hey, Foxtrot. He's coming. Double up.
To throw again. Dalton is going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Hey, orbit. Protein spill.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Myles Garrett. And this Browns defense stands tall. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to, wide open, complete. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Dalton. Taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hunt. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
The tackle made by Jesse Bates. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
At the Bengals' 19-yard line.
On 2nd down. It's Hunt, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go, deep tight.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Cleveland, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles David.